This is the Murray River. And out the other direction. Bit misty today, and then that's the shelter just up there. Good morning, it is day 10. Yesterday I loved the part from dwelling up to Swamp Oak Shelter. It was mainly on single track apart from the diversion, which took us around where they were felling some trees, and you know, ups and downs, pretty gentle apart from one massive up and massive down. No wildlife, a few birds, a few flocks of black cockatoo, the red-tailed ones. But yeah, really loved it, and surprisingly the pack didn't feel too bad considering it's chocker full of food. The next section didn't enjoy quite so much. There was a lot of roads, and there were quite a few long steep ups and steep downs, and my knee was restricting me a little bit with the ups, and it was hurting a bit on the steep downs. So yeah, arrived at the shelter. It's quite neat, it's by a river. Go down some stairs. The water tank is empty. First time that's happened, but luckily there's a river there. So even after filtering, it's a bit brown, but safe to drink. Rachel was there. She's going north, so she's a week away from finishing. And Alison, who I stayed at one shelter before and dwelling up, had dinner with both nights. Yeah, this morning it's misty, so neat and atmospheric, but it means I'm going to get wet because this trail's a little bit overgrown in places, but that's alright. Forecast is for a fine day. Schedule for today, it's a really awkward one. The first shelter is 19, and then the next one will put it up to a 42k day, which is a bit longer than I'm ready for. So I'll see how I feel at the first shelter and make a decision. It is a hilly day. There's going to be 800 vertical metres of climbing today. So yeah, we'll see. Take it by ear. Rachel said this trail was a bit overgrown, but not too bad so far. I'm clearing all the spider webs though. The mouthful of web. Here are the gum nuts that I see all over the ground all the time. First time seeing them on a tree. Branch is broken down. Something I saw last night. It was a bright blue bird. It was like electric blue. So beautiful. Obviously it was too quick for me to get the camera out. Oh, it's gorgeous. Apparently you get more of them as we go further south. It's a big hill for first thing in the morning. Oh, still going up. It's a shame we're following the river most of the day, but we don't go anywhere near the river, so we're not getting any river views. And we're up, miles up above the river now. Going along, there's lots of spider webs across the track, but thankfully with the mist I can actually see them. Duck my head or get my pole to get rid of them. Most of them. I've still got spider webs all across my face. Oh, it is still quite misty. Beautiful though. No views. I think the vegetation's too thick for views anyway today. No views, lots of trees and mist. Track's been really good. A couple of obstacles like trees down and logs down, but it's quite a nice track. Ups and downs and twists and turns. Mist is starting to clear now. Nothing like the cockatoo serenade first thing in the morning. Neat little stairs up and over the log. Oh, and down the other side. There's a random set of stairs. We've been going up and down these little steep bits and now we have stairs. I think we're back near the river. I can hear what I think is the river gurgling. This is interesting. So obviously some insects making their nest in here, and that's all the way up the tree and all the cracks. It's a lot of work. Wow, that was brilliant. That was an hour 10 on that single track. Absolutely lovely single track. Right. I think we're on the road just to get through that creek. So less than 100 metres, back on single track. Cool. There's a river just down there. I'm guessing we can't go any closer because then the trail will get washed out when it floods. So that's why we're up here, hearing the river, but not seeing it. Just as I say that, a view opens up. There we go, that's the river. Quiet patch there. Some more random stairs. Was going to be a steep bit. Ooh, a few logs to cross. Well, I am enjoying the fact that it's single track. Just a little monotonous because it's like a green tunnel. Vegetation's so tight you can't see anything out to either side, and the same plants. Not a lot of variety in the plants either. So it's almost like road walking. We just let the mind drift, but not too much because you still got to concentrate on your footing, being single track with lots of sticks on the ground and things overhead and logs to go over. But I am enjoying it, don't get me wrong. These look neat. You know, these little pom-pommy things, but they actually have spikes on them, and a lot of these have been over the trail, so you're having to push past them. And yeah, quickly realised that they are very, very spiky. Just a kangaroo. It's ahead of me on the trail. It's 9 o'clock and the sun's just burning off the last of the mist now. I've enjoyed the cool while it lasted. I think it's going to be another hot day. That kangaroo followed it for probably 5 minutes. I would see it just disappearing around the corner if I got to a long straight way before it finally managed to get off trail. Out onto a road. It's probably another stream crossing and another new bar to try, and it's alright, not too sweet, which is good. Alright, the single trail is widened to old vehicle track now, so that was just about 3 hours of pure single track. It's fantastic. Alright, that was probably just under a K on the road, and single track again. Wow, Bibbulmun. So one is an end-to-ender and the other is a friend just joining for a couple of days. A Kiwi! For some reason they kept on asking if the trail was boggy. I should have asked, is it like that this way, for them to be asking. Uphill. This must be what he's talking about, but it's pretty dry. A little squishy, but nothing into the shoes. Alright, crossing another road. Lots of roads that we crossed today. And continuing. That river's flowing quite fast. Getting fancy now with stone steps. And a little bridge across the creek. Oh, it does have a little bit of water. That looks like quite nice water. It's actually running. And some more stone steps going out. Just came out down there. That's quite a big road in here. And heading down this road, hopefully for just a little bit again. Yep, that was pretty short on that road, a few hundred metres. And now onto a much narrower road. This track looks lovely to walk on, but it's actually quite slippery. So you've got to be really careful. I'm going uphill, so you sort of want traction, but you slide around a bit. Just a lot of caution. Haven't seen a lot of ground flowers today. Got a steady climb, I think most of the way up. Should get a bit steeper further on. But it's quite a good gradient actually. Making solid progress climbing, but it doesn't feel like I'm going uphill. That hill was much easier than I was expecting. It was about 100 vertical metres, but it seemed to be just the perfect gradient. It's nice. Heading downhill now. Go downhill for a while and then shelter shouldn't be too far away. I haven't checked. I've only once checked my location this time, and that was at the base of the hill. I was a little game with myself to try and resist seeing where I was. And off the vehicle track, back onto single track. Alright, turn off to the hut, shelter. So I said to myself, if I got here before 12, then I would push on to the next one. And it's 10:50, so well within my time. So I'm going to stop here, have some lunch, and continue on. And here is Dukanelli shelter. That was a good break at 25 minutes, and had some lunch and read the hut book and the red book. And back on the main trail and 22k to go. It's a little intimidating. 500 vertical metres over that 22k, but it looks like it's sort of relatively gentle, lots of little ups and downs until near the end, and then right, that one. And then some big hills to finish it off. So that's alright, I'll just take my time. I've got plenty of time. It's not getting dark until after 6. I think it'll probably take me between 5.5 and 6 hours to get there. So yeah, should be getting in there between 5 and 6, hopefully. And I've filled up with water, and I'm actually at the heaviest ever because I've got the 1 litre I carry on my front in my 2 little 500ml bottles, and I've filled up a full litre as extra because it's a warm day and I expect I'll be drinking a fair bit. I like this one, it's got a marker afterwards as well, but I was concentrating on getting through this. Looked up and just caught that one, so that one's probably a good idea. Alright, get some single track. That single track was maybe 100 metres long and took us back out onto the same road I was on before. So I came from there, there's a road that way, there's a road that way, and there's a road that way. I could just make out the marker hidden by the tree. You have to be standing in the right place. If you're standing here and looking, you can't see it. So, alright, this way. You can see if you're doing a winter hike, you'd get your shoes dirty, but in summer, it's dry enough. And off the road. Grass tree. Oh, nice and cool in the shade here. One thing that water from that last shelter tastes so much better than that river water. It had this strange taste even after I filtered it. Hey, that's bridge. This is the bridge over the River Murray. Let's see what the information panel says. Belya Yena Bidi. Right, there's some information. And some pictures. That is one long bridge. Not sure if that's a Murray or the tributary. It looks a lot smaller than the Murray. Must just be a side stream. A slight jump. Alright, that's looking upstream. It's a lot slower here. Must be higher river levels. Some of the trees are under water. And that's downstream. Lovely. Alright. Big long road. Oh, it is really getting hot. There's not enough shade. Whew. Off the big road and onto a smaller road. More big boggy patches, but pretty easy to go around the edges. Constant hum of bees around these bushes. Heaps of them. Lovely old tree. And bright red butt on it. Pincers as well. It's about 1.5 centimetres long. It's aggressive. Got pincers on the front of it, poking up at me. Gorgeous. Still on the road. Been quite a while on the road. River is down there. And that's where I am heading. And up above me, vegetation. There's a panorama from the road. We're back down at river level. Here's a big beetle. Big solid one. Oh, that arrow's a welcome sign. I was looking at this big steep hill there. But no, we are going on single track. Hey! It has been 2 hours, or an hour and a quarter on that road. Oh, that was long and hot. And the shade in here is beautiful. I assume that noise is a frog. It's a little narrow, twisty, windy single track, which is a lovely change from that road. Just out from the trail, back on the road, and what the trail did is it cut out this massive hill. So thank you, Bibbulmun Foundation. I'm very happy with that. Going around the side of the hill and not up and over. Alright, here's the last of the new bars. So I have seen these in New Zealand, they're just not common. Yep, that's nice. The only difference from the other one is it doesn't have honey and it's got peanuts and coconut on the outside. Chocolate's pretty melted. Not taking a lot of video this afternoon because there's nothing interesting happening. Vegetation is very thick on both sides, so I'm not able to look at much out to the sides. And it's just a road. A road is a road. You get the occasional little roads coming in from various places, and yeah, a few mud puddles, that's about it. Here's another of these little bushes. It's my finger. They're teeny. I just stopped in the shade for a little break. 10k to go, but most of that's uphill, so I've got another 3k and then the climbing is going to start. Looks to be a big camping area, impressive tree. And a big open area. And continuing on the road. It's a maze of tracks in here. The signposting's been a bit sparse, but now finally I can see some clear signs. Ooh, after 3 and a bit hours of road, it is single track. And I think it stays single track most of the rest of the way. Trying very hard not to stand on the ants, but there are so many of them. The single track may be a lot slower than the road, but it's definitely a whole lot more enjoyable. I seem to have perked up since I've come off the road. It was just becoming a little bit of a drudge, but now, lovely. Coming around a corner, seeing new things, slightly different vegetation. Yeah, we're right beside a road. I can hear traffic on the road. I'm wondering if it's a mine road and that's why they've kept us off it. That's a pretty significant road. I don't think it's just mine. I wonder if it's actual proper road, just not sealed. So yeah, going straight across it and starting the climb now. So 140 vertical meters over 1.5k. Then down and then up, I think about 50, and then down and then up about 80, and then down and then a gentle up to the shelter. So it's going to get hard from here. Lizard, it's in here. Can you see it? It's not a lizard, it looks like a skink. Wallaby, hear it crashing through the bush. Cool. Alright, to see nothing for ages. This is getting better. Something with a very long tail just disappeared in here. Can't see it, I can see the tail and it's gone. It was quite long too. Alright, look, some information signs. Oh, quite a detailed system. Basically scrape off the top, mine, and then put it back on and sow some more trees and stuff. And here's the next sign talking about this mine. So in our first 30 years produced 2.35 trillion aluminium soft drink cans. I think these are new. And up and up. Camera doesn't show how steep it is, that's steep. Alright, first hill done. Apart from that last steep bit, gradient has been pretty good going up. So, down I go. And another one. I'm now in the valley between the second and third hills. Second hill had one short steep bit and then it was pretty easy, but coming down is steep. Wouldn't want to have to go that way. The next hill is a bit gentler going up and over. And I see a bridge up there. Get me over the stream. The stream when there is one. Right. And climbing. Just saw another wallaby. And earlier on the track I heard something hopping away, but I didn't see it, so it doesn't count. But that one does. Even though I can't get a video, the wallabies are quick. Same with these little skinks. Heaps of them scurrying around the side of the path. I just can't get a video of them. I'm down from the last hill, so I got about 1.5k to go. Slightly uphill to get to the shelter. Surprisingly, I'm feeling okay. My feet are a little sore, but no more than normal. Yeah. The knee that's been giving me trouble seemed to have managed it well today. It only tweaked a few times, but seems to be swelling at the back of the knee, which doesn't hurt, it just feels really weird. And my good knee has started to just ache very, very slightly, probably because I'm compensating going up the hills. But overall, considering how mad I am doing these distances without any fitness, my body's holding up okay. Out onto a road, but I'm pretty sure we're not on this for long. Pretty sure we turn off. I can see the sign up there when we turn off back to single track. Okay, last push to the shelter. Alright, 100 metres to the shelter. That ends a 42k day, And I'm at 10 hours. By the time I get to the shelter, it'll be 10 hours, 10 minutes. Ooh, glad to get here. This is Possum Creek Shelter.